Originally, I had a mate called Harry who had diabetes and suggested we put on a fundraiser. I was like, well, I've had the idea of wanting to put onto a concert ever since I started the work experience with John Kettle at Jaffa Studios. We sat down and decided to put our ideas together, and bam, it became Simfest.
And how did that first event go?
The first event was great. We raised just over £400.95 for the charity JDRF, which looks after and gives money into research for a cure for diabetes, and also it provides support for younger people with diabetes, like Harry, who was 17 at the time. We originally had a band called The Fifth Route scheduled to open, but they had to drop out just days before the event, so the cover band Levelled sort of just joined the bill straight away, and they were a really big help, but they sadly aren't around anymore. And we had Skive on, the energetic, infamous punk band who I love and are my favourites. We had Junction 23, Jack Savage, who I saw at the Millstone Rocks Festival just months beforehand. Gave him a ring and was like, "The Junction be alright coming down and do a set." And then after that we had the band Laura Heroes, who went down really well, especially with the younger girls and that who were all asking me for the lead singer's number. Yeah, we had Smith and Kittenham, the classic rock covers and originals band, who were a lot like The Darkness or Queen, or they were great. They put on the absolute best show. It was brilliant what they did. And we have the headliners for the night were the Relays, and they brought the whole crowd in with them just before they went on. This whole new crowd just came in. Was it just to be a one-off, because it was so much hassle and trouble organising things with it being the first event. I was like, right, I'm never doing this again, ever. But after the first event it went down really well, and so many people were like, "Oh, it was really good, you should do some more." I don't like staying in one place, because I just get bored. I like to move around a bit, not stick to one place, just keep everything fresh and new once in a while. And the event I have coming up, the Simfest III, that was originally at a venue called the Calf, upstairs in the old cocktail lounge, which used to be the King's Electric Room. But well, they decided to not tell me and build a cafe there instead, and tell me afterwards I'd have to move the event. And then Maximes stepped in, and it was a mad dog, Paul Maiden, who just gives great advice and told me to come down to this place where he got a DJ slot on Saturday nights. So I came down here, and they're like, yeah, of course you can do the event here, because it's free entry, and most venues would be a bit awkward about that and ask for like, "Oh, well, we want a cut of the thing," but no, because it was just Maxime's agreed to give it, so I was really pleased about that. I came in and I really liked it. I was just proper pleased. I was expecting something completely different. I came in at first, had a look around, and it was great. The sound system sounds great. I came here to watch a live gig a couple of weeks ago, and the sound was great for the bands, and the room itself is it's great for live sound, and it's great. And the event that I've got coming up, which is great. We're dedicating the event to joining Jack, the charity for Jack Johnson, who is a 5-year-old boy with muscular dystrophy, and I lost a cousin to muscular dystrophy, so the charity was quite appealing to me to dedicate the event to. So they'll be coming down with merchandise and things to sell, all that, which is great, which the venue were really supportive about. music it's not just a way like a career or something as many musicians may see it. It's a passion. It's something to express yourself about, and it brings people together. And if you put raising money and they're bringing people together, it just works out really well. I don't know a situation where it's never gone well, because everyone's there to see the music and everyone's there playing for a good cause, so it brings everyone together really well, and the causes go together, and it's brilliant. Got a really good reception on Facebook. We're just all together. There's just about 500 people, you know, on the Facebook page, which in Maximes will be a great turnout if those 500 people stick to the word and turn up. And I've got amazing bands on, and it's an all-day event. I've I've also got some acoustic artists on who are really good too. Like, the lineup itself, it's just, the lineup's probably the best I've had yet, and I just can't wait for it. It's just going to be amazing. The lineup on first, I've got the rappers Darcio and Peter, who are local lads, quite young, so 16, 17, just started college, who have a great reception behind them, and they've got some great tracks out there on YouTube under the name D Swiss, so you should check him out because it's great. Then I've got a lot of acoustic acts on, such as the act Soul Captive, who is a friend of mine. I've got Livimir, who's going down really well at the moment as a female acoustic artist, and Fadlan Effendi, who he will be playing with Livy and doing a couple of his own songs too, which is really good. And I'll also be recording with him and releasing a CD later on in the year. And I've got a really young chap who just got on the bill today. Actually, I've not put it on Facebook yet or anything. He's called Henry Gallagher. He's the little brother of one of the girls from B minor, and oh, he's brilliant. He's 9 years old, and he's just great. He's got a great voice, and he plays guitar really well, and he's great with a crowd because everyone he's dead cute, and he's like, he just goes down really well. Does a few covers, and they just blow everyone away. No one expects it, but he's just really good. And I've got the punk band Skive again, who are on just after that, which is going to be a bit of a change of atmosphere from acoustic artists to having Skive on, who I must say have improved so much. Every time I see them, they just get better and better. But now, I would really class them as one of my favourite bands, because the energy of them live is brilliant, and the tracks, everything, they're just great. Words can't describe how I feel about Skive. And The Order too, who were on after Skive. The Order are like, the demos remind me of the Stone Roses. They sound very old-fashioned, but really good. And they do a few covers too, which is great. But the originals stand out because it's not like you don't hear them anymore, and that's what makes them so special. I can't wait until they get proper tracks recorded and they get released, which is really good too. And after The Order, we've got Laura Lost Heroes, whose wristband I'm wearing. Laura Lost Heroes, who I do the promotion for myself. And after Laura Lost Heroes, we've got the pop covers band Harry and the Ukes, who are just brilliant. They're a great band with a frontman who plays the ukulele, and they play not just pop covers actually, they do quite heavy songs too. Like they do a rendition of Hot and Cold by Katy Perry, that's great, and then they go through like, then they do a version of Song 2 which is heavy, and it completely contrasts like the pop cover to they make the quite Brit-poppy Blur song heavy, but it's just, you should see them. They just work it out brilliantly. They're really good. I can't describe them. They just do it, if you know what I mean. They hit that spot. They do, Harry and the Ukes.
That's what you need from a band.
It is, yeah. It is. They provide great entertainment too, and yeah, they'll put on a great show, I'm sure. The band after those, Smitten Kitten, who again played at the first Simfest, and I just saw Sam Miller, the lead singer, will be doing the sound engineering on the day too, which is a massive, massive help, because no one else would do it on like as well as he does, because and to get up and play after working all day as a sound engineer and then get off stage and go back to being a sound engineer is something that it's something that I could never do. So he's pretty good in his own right. And after Smitten Kitten, we've got the Relays on again, who are making quite a name for themselves now. The Relays, they've got some great tracks on. One's gone free download on the Facebook page, which you should all check out, because they are doing great, and the original tracks are great too. And the headliner for the night is band Inside View, who have just released the album Let Go, which is the most relaxed, great sounding album I've heard in a long time. It puts you in that place where you can just relax and not care in the world. They're a great band, but I just can't wait to see them again live. They played at the Diamond Fest for the Jubilee weekend in Wigan, and they were great, so I had to put them on. I'd like to get on the bill. See, last night, I usually go there and see my mate Phil Knight, who's the director of 2112 Music Community, the rehearsal complex, which was good. And I was just sat in the kitchen with a friend of mine having a discussion about plans for the place, and just had a chinwag really in a brew. And then this great band come in, and they just plug in, literally within 5 minutes of playing, in the rehearsal room next to the kitchen, and the sound just clicked. They were like, the vocalist Ian sounds like Freddie Mercury, and the band themselves are like very classic, but it sounds so modern in its own right too. It's like, it's classic rock, but it's evolved, and it's what it is now, which is brilliant too. So they're called Jackson Hewitt, and they just blew me away. They were great. To my favourite band at the moment, who I am listening to way too much of the Heartbreaks. I would genuinely kill a man to get them on at one of my shows. So if anyone's, well, I just love them so much. I saw them at Independence not so long ago with Laura Lassero supporting them in the Lockjaw Winners too, and they just put on the greatest show in the world. They were great, and yeah, I'd like to get the Lockjaw Winners on too. Actually, they're quite funny lads, so, and lady, so they put on a great show too. I remember seeing them at Hayfest and just thinking, wow, I'd like to see those guys in a more contained environment where everyone's paying attention and like everyone's focused on the music. And they did really well at Independence too, supporting the Heartbreaks. What I'd like to talk about? A few thank yous, actually. I'd like to thank, very cliche this, but I'd like to thank him behind over there waving. Give us a wave. For sitting on the door at nearly every event that I've run, collecting money off strangers. I'd like to thank Mad Dog Paul Maiden for giving me all the advice and support. As he's a counsellor too, so he's great to talk to and all that, and he's really given me a hand with promoting events and everything, and everything's really well with him. I'd like to thank Tony and Karen of Maximes for letting me run the event here, and Mark Wellsby too for agreeing to let me do the under-18s nights. I'd just like to thank everybody I've worked with and that sort of thing. So.